Tenka. Oshibo Tenka. Backward. Irimi Tenka. Tenka. Oshibo Tenka. Tighten. Tighten. Your hips. Tighten. Tighten. Tenka.
So the whole body is in the mind, but not the whole mind in the body. So, from one point of your mind, you control the lower consciousness part. So, the subtle controls the gross. Annamaya kosha is the gross. Pranamaya kosha next subtle. But Manomaya kosha is subtler than Pranamaya kosha. Vijnanamaya kosha is subtler than Manomaya kosha. Anandamaya kosha is subtler than Vijnanamaya kosha. So if you can go in a subtle state, you control the gross state. That is what described in the Yoga Sutras in the different samadhis.
So when he attacked me, so tighten means with a bigger distance, short distance, tighten.
You have to understand that mind moves the body, so work on your mind, but you need a very stable and healthy body. If the body is weak, you cannot use the body as an instrument. That is the reason why they are practicing in Hatha Yoga all these asanas to make the body flexible and stable, so that you can sit for a long time. So that's the reason, and to bring the doshas in balance. That's the reason of the asana.
Enemy depends from the distance. I do this movement. So for short, different movements because it depends from the distance. Okay?
So you watch with your mind what you think about your mind is, the lower part. So that is why we can control or we can observe our body movements. You are expert of that. So with the lower mind, not with the higher state of mind. The higher state always can you achieve in meditation. So, but if you have mastered all the states, you're always in awareness of all the states.
So control the whole space. That's very important. Okay? From left, backward. Again. Take your partner, try.
I thought he started that way.
Step. You're standing. Move your body. What are you doing? When I check, I go. Look. Slow attack. So she is there, I have to move the space. Yeah. Yeah. No. Oh. Contact. So you move your in the space.
Lost.
Yes.
So in the Shiva Sutras, they give a very nice explanation about that. The real yogi, he's soaking the turiya, the absolute state, in all the other states. The yogin have all the states under his control. So he observes all the states. So there gives no second he is not aware.
Moment. What have you seen? Nothing. That's special training, no? To bring your awareness in this moment. But your awareness is everywhere, but not here. That's a training. Training for your mind, no? To be here, just now. But your mind is not concentrated. That's the reason why you not see. No? Your mind is everywhere, but focus your mind. That's the basic, no? For meditation. If you can focus your mind, no, never meditation is possible. And make it so simple as possible. Very simple. Look and store it in your mind. Not the problem of the technique. Technique is very simple. Your problem of your mind. Concentration. Huh? So train your concentration. Okay.
We'll give very nice stories about a great yogi named Ramana Maharishi. He was always in an absolute state. So he never sleeps. So when he was together with his disciple, the disciple cannot sleep because he was always awake. So they have trouble with their mind. So then sometimes he closed his eyes. And after some weeks, one disciple asked him, Maharishi, why do you close your eyes? You never sleep. Why do you close? Because I want that you can sleep. Because when he was awake, the students try to awake, no? So, but gives trouble in their mind. So they have not the same consciousness state. So that's very nice. So Swami was never sleeping. So that is the absolute state of consciousness, if you have mastered that. But we are normal people, so we have not this state. So, but you can start, and you start from the gross to the subtle. That is a very important step from Annamaya Kosha to Pranamaya Kosha. If you not master this step, you cannot go further. That is what was in Hatha Yoga described, what in Yoga Sutras described. So from the Pranamaya Kosha, so to the subtle state. So asana, yama niyama asana, pranayama pratyahara. So if you have mastered pranayama, then you can slowly master pratyahara. Pratyahara is a link between the more gross states to the finer. In Hatha Yoga, you sit alone, make alone your asana, not together with somebody. And what happens? Normally, the mind field wander. You sit deep in the asana, and then you have a nice experience in another country, and you make maybe study your accounts or whatever in the asana. So the mind is always going on. So what I have done in my business and so, but I'm deep in the asana. So but in the martial art, you cannot do this. Somebody is there and give you some hit. You cannot wander. If the mind is wandering to your holidays, you get some hit. So you have to be aware. So good. Everybody is turning of his own movement. Iremi Tenkan, and I will come and test.
Wait. You're sleeping. Please tell me my mothers are stiff. So in the right moment, you move. Tenka. Tenka. Irimi tenka. Ushigo tenka. Huh? 3 movements. Irimi tenka. Tenka. Ushigo tenka. Understand? If you really have a concentration on your asana, then this is the same experience like in martial art. But mostly not. I see it when I give my yoga lectures. People go, they're always dreaming and fantasy and so on. So, but in martial art you have no chance. Somebody is there and said, here, hello, I'm here, boom, boom. So you have to be aware. And then we come to this awareness. Right? That is what we call in yoga pratyaksha, sense awareness. In the Yoga Sutras they told the normal pratyaksha through the senses, but the senses are limited. Because we cannot see 300 kilometers. No? We can see only maybe 100 or 200 meters clear. So they give the limited senses. It's interesting that in the animal kingdom, the animals have much advanced senses because it is necessary to survive. The dogs can have better nose and better can hear and so on. And so, you know. So, by the human being, the senses are limited. But they have a more advanced mind field. The yogi don't use the senses. He has the experience in his mind field. Because the mind field is in a finer vibration than the prana maya kosha. The manas, the lower mind, controls the prana force. So the mind is the bee, the king of the bees, and prana follow the queen. So if you are really concentrated, so prana force will follow you. Nimm die Finger. Pass auf jetzt. So if you're really concentrated, the prana force will move. It depends from your concentration. Normally you break your finger. If you have no prana force in the finger, so the finger will break. So that is the reason why you have to work with the concentration. So on this force. And it is related to your inhalation, exhalation. Prana, apana. We have 5 main pranas. Prana, apana, samana, udana, and vyana. So vyana prana is circulated through the body so that you can move the body, the limbs and nervous system. Samana is concentrated on the nervous center for digestion. Apana is flowing down, prana flowing up. So you have to bring the pranas together. That is why the reason is to concentrate on the Manipura chakra. That's the root for all the prana force. Seat of Agni, fire. So the concentration on the Bija mantra is Ram, and the fire center is here, and then it's the seat of the prana force. So if you're practicing like in Qigong and Tai Chi and so on, the same principle, you work very slowly, concentrated, so that the energy is flowing. But if your physical body is so stiff, the energy will not flow. I make it so simple as possible, but contact is important. So it is a relax the spine. The normal movement is a norm, so I throw. But just now only relax your spine. Contact, exhale. Relax. Stable, stability.
Inhale on the cluster.
Yes, one step.
Inhale.
Breathing normal breathing. Maybe
That's very important that you relax your body, not work with the physical strength. It's one part. So once I give a seminar in Innsbruck, in Austria, and there were a lot of students. And so we are practicing, and after the practice, all the students run to the internet. And I said, if you when we make a pause, go outside breathing and calm your mind. No, always run to the internet. So their mind was so confused. When I want to show them one movement, it takes hours to understand what they want to do. They cannot do one movement because the mind was so disturbed. So, and that is very important to overcome.
all thinking, but not watching. So, and thinking is disturbs your mind. So this method is to watch, not to think. Yeah? But you cannot watch while you're thinking. So the thing disturbs your mind. You cannot see. You think, I just, and then all the mind is disturbed. Watching and follow the movement. Only watching and contact. So the natural movement, so he follows my movement very easily. Not so much thinking. Watch and follow the movement. She has to move in my body, no? So when I attack, she has to move my body, not her body. Relax. Okay. Right side, left side.
The asanas follow the prana flow. That is real hatha yoga.
Relax as well. Okay. Yes.
If you make the asanas physically, it's not hatha yoga.
Because Muladhara gives stability, there's a root center, perineum, and Manipura is the seat of prana. So because all the nadis comes from here. There are 17,000 nadis and 40 nadis, so the energy flow from the prana maya kosha, the prana body. So in the martial art you use this prana body. So without prana we cannot move the physical body. The physical body depends from prana maya kosha. So you use the physical body because you are familiar with the physical body. But slowly you have to shift from the physical body to the prana body. The same in meditation. Slowly so you go deeper, and the deeper level of your mind field on your personality. Next step from Annamaya Kosha is a physical body to Pranamaya Kosha is a subtle body. One part of the subtle body. So we use this energy from the subtle body. Right? So when he hold very strong, so I can work with my fingers very, very difficult. So slowly relax. That's all. Body is relaxed, and I can use my prana.
Relax the body and use the prana flow for the physical exercise. The same in Tai Chi or in Aikido and so on. You use the mental concentration of the prana force to move the body. Then you can have a strong body. If the body gets older, it's no problem. But if you have not mastered this, you get problems. That's the difference between real mastering over pranamaya kosha and not only the physical body. The physical body gets stiff and gets older and weaker and so on. That's the problem. No? It depends from your practice. So you can improve your prana force through mental practice. So my main teacher, he has both yoga teacher and Aikido teacher, both very advanced. So, and he practiced 60 years. No? And just now 86, very strong. So, and one of this advanced progress is about the breath awareness and the mastering of the breath. So every day he started with 1 hour breath movements. We have done 2 here, no? Prana mudra. So I give no more because you are so confused. So only 2. Do it every day, 10 minutes. Will be very helpful. Yeah, what I explained in the prana mudra. If you're doing every day 10 minutes or 15 minutes with full concentration, you will, after 1 hour, you feel the benefit of the pranamaya kosha. It's very important. So in the Hatha Yoga, you have a lot of prana mudras. It gives a science about prana vidya. So Swami was a master of prana vidya. So control over the whole prana. So, and he has enormous power. So that's the pranamaya kosha. You master pranamaya kosha is a very important step because prana is very linked to the mind field. So if you really have a strong pranamaya kosha, you can control your mind. That is the scientific way in Hatha Yoga, that you control the mind about pranamaya kosha. In the Raja Yoga, it's different. You have control over your special mind, dharanas. That's a different way. But you have the same awareness in the Yoga Sutras about pranayama, but a special awareness.
Sorry, take care of your head.
If you're really practicing together with somebody in the martial arts, you have to concentrate on this moment.
So think about, you have to come together. But most of you will make your own movements, like dancing. It's jumping, and other jumping. This comes together. But what does it mean, comes together? Means that you're aware of this moment. Of this moment means when I attack him or he attacks me, he has to be aware of my, or I am aware of his movement. And not I jump for myself. That's not, I'm not aware of this moment. I make my own, and he makes his own. But the principle is come together means my mind is in this moment. That is what meditation is. Mind is in this moment, in this moment, in this moment, not in past and future and present. Understand? You are not in present. The present means in this moment. No? I follow him. If he correct, so if he not correct, I correct him. So that is, so we come together, and so if we move correctly, so move my center, so I follow. So if he's not correct, I take his movement. Okay?
So if you move together with somebody, you have to concentrate on this movement without wavering the mind. So if you maybe over a long time you repeat this movement, the mind will be steady. So it's concentrate on one moment. And then this stability you can bring it in all other activities, like meditation. It is necessary, this stability in the mind field.
His energy goes in this direction. So I take his energy and there is his head. Normally, hips.
So you have to repeat again and again and again and again, so the mind will be focused on this moment. And your mind will be stable. It's like you bring your mind on the mantra. Mantra, 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 mantra. Not mantra, holiday planning, not mantra, oh, what I will eat tomorrow, and not mantra, what I will go to the shopping mall, and so on. So mantra, 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 mantra. So the mind is focused on the mantra. Next moment, mantra, mantra, mantra.
So if you move, you always have to move with your center, from your center, not from your breast. So you leave your balance. So when I attack, so I always move. Give up center, so I will take over. Always close your fingers. If you're open, you can break the finger. Keep close. And I go from my center. So I give you no chance to break the balance. That's very important.
And if you work with one together and he is concentrated, he will treat your awareness. Here, I'm here, I'm here. Be aware, be aware, be aware. Not let the mind go in this direction, that direction. So when some here experiences what we have done here, 10 days, so they make 1, 2, 3 movements, then, mind is going anywhere. Or they started talking. Start talking is break of concentration. So then they move again, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, then stopped. What he's doing, oh, and very interesting, and so mind will break. So the real practice is shut your mouth and move. Every movement be aware, without interruption. So then, if you really practice it, if you really practice, the mind gets stability. And with this stability, you can come in a deeper state of mind, and then you started really, or come in the state of concentration. Dharana.
And hold the energy is flowing together. So no pause. Yes. Better? Wrong? Better. So, right? Always every moment is a new moment. Not mechanical movement. So in every moment concentration on your breath, on your center. If you give up the concentration, you will be dead. That is martial art. One moment not concentrated, one moment. So that's the difference. So, because what in the tradition, what was interesting when you meditate, so you meditate So what is life? What is the life energy? Life and dead, so together. So I meditate on this internal principle, that is the life force. So, and that's the same in the martial arts, so I have to protect myself, so I have to be aware in this moment. If I miss this moment, that's the same when you are concentrating on the mantra. Mantra, 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 mantra. Not mantra, and I think about my future and so on. That's the concentration gone. So mantra, 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 mantra. So in the Shiva Sutras, mantra, chittam, mantra. Mind is mantra. Not mantra and family and holiday and food and so on. And then mantra and wieder and so on. That's no concentration. So the same in the martial art. One moment without concentration, you will be dead. If you practice in this concentration, that will improve your mind field and give stability in the mind field. That is very interesting that in the old tradition, Kshatriya, in the warrior tradition in India and in Japan, Korea and so on, they practice with this awareness. So then you are free. Mind is concentrated, not thinking about life and death and all this, from the one point. That's the difference between normal people. Normal people the mind's confused. So when I attack, so with all this concentration. Yeah. Is she good in the moment, so I follow. If she has no concentration, I will show her that I find out the weak point. That's very important. That you know I'm in this moment or I'm not in the moment. My concentration, mine is gone, and then I show this moment is weak, mind is gone. So I can prove it every moment. That's the practice. Contact, contact, contact.
If you really work as in the martial art together with somebody, a very concentrated state, then you started mastering your awareness of your body. What is your body doing in this moment? What is the other body doing in this moment? What is happens with the breath? What happens with your emotional state? What has happened with the emotional state of the other person? Because the mind field is one. We only have one mind field, universal mind field. So then you can really get an awareness what happens in the other mind. That's step by step. First, what happens in the body. Second, what happens in the breath. Then you start watching the mind. So the founder of Aikido, the great master of Yeshiva, he said, I am guiding the mind field and the body will follow. If somebody attacks me, I guide his mind field, not his body, and the body will follow. It's a very high state. So he grasped with his energy field, the energy field of the other. Because he has a bigger energy field. It's more advanced. So the bigger energy field grasps the smaller. So if you can expand your energy field, so you can grasp. So Swami was a master of that. Very strong energy field, so cosmic energy field. So then, if he wants, so he can grasp all the smaller. So and control that. That's possible. The mind field is an energy field, and is not limited. So Swami Rama always has a mind field, his awareness through the mind field. So he has a 360-degree mind awareness. So some day he was in Hamburg with my guru brother Wolfgang. We sat behind him and we make his eyes closed with a shawl, and we sit behind him and we make some graphic structures, and he, at the same time, he made the same, what we are doing behind him. So he was always aware what happens around him. He can, through the mind field, he can through awareness through the walls and everything, he can see everything. He said to us, I'm very humble, I will not look in your sleeping chamber. I said, oh, very nice. So he was aware about everything. That's a yogic pratyaksha, not dependent from the senses. Huh? So all the great masters have this ability, have the mastering about. Swami Rama has gives a lot of experience with him. He knows everything. When they built the hospital here, he was in America. So there was a field from sugar plants. So then they find some snakes and kill the snakes, the workers. So one day later, this worker get a letter from America, from Swami Rama, don't kill snakes. I don't like this habit. One day later, nobody knows how this letter comes from America so fast here to this place. So he knows everything. That's yogic pratyaksha. So if you train your mind in this way, so that is what I told when we are practicing, when they come from behind you have no eyes to see what happens, so you have to train your mind field, what happens behind you.
So that gives that's Omote and Ura. This yin, yang. So I have both possibilities, in front or behind. So if some way blocked, I go another way. So that's the principle of yin and yang. So positive, negative. So I can go behind. In Japanese is ura. Ura means behind. Very important is that the contact is constantly there. So my energy field together with her energy field. If I give Shen, so no contact, no movement. So then your concentration must be there so that the energy is flowing. So prana follow the mind. Chitta, the mind field is much more subtler than prana, maya kosha. Mana maya kosha, virana maya is very subtle. Though the concentrate mind, the prana follows the concentration of the mind field. It's no concentration, no control over the prana. So you have more concentrate every moment. Remember, dharana, concentration means not a break in your concentration. Constant concentration in this moment. From dharana, it moves to dhyana, meditation. So meditation, a constant flow on one thought, on one object. It's the same what we have practiced here. Your energy potential, it depends from your concentration. So, another movement.
There gives a lot of practice in the martial art tradition. I've seen a documentation about the Kalayapayat. So the student is sitting in front and then it makes some noise and fire in front, and they threw some balls or whatever behind him against his head, and he had to be aware of that. So you can train it.
Normally in the martial art is atimi. Atimi means to attack a vital point, a dangerous point in the body. There are different points. And then with atimi, then I throw.
The mastery over the mind field gives enormous power and consciousness for all what happens around you. You have to slowly improve it. You have to give more practice in this way. Mental purification, stop your aversion and your ragas and dveshas. That your mind gets stability, and then your body gets stability in the posture.
First you have to break and balance. It means in Japanese kotsushi. Kotsushi means I break her balance. When the balance is broken, I can easily throw.
If you want to really want to meditate, you need a stable position. So, but if your body is unstable, because the mind is unstable. If the mind always are running away, the body is nervous.
Good sound.
Okay? She has to break my balance.
So that's very important. Train your mind and body relationship through pranamaya kosha.
Yeah.
So concentration on the same center. Then, if he breaks my balance, I will fall. Protect. Much more better, no? You can see. Going to the toilet. Move your legs, not your body. Can you see?
You can train the senses in a special way that you are more sensitive than normal people, but the mastery of the mind field means then you have the whole awareness of the whole field. So that is step by step to master. If you reach samadhi, so Swami Vida always said, "Oh, I don't know," and so he never show off his power. So, but I give him a test. I can tell you because he left his body. So when 10 years ago, when I get the initiation, my Swami initiation, he sent me to the old ashram, to go 3 days in silence and make a fire puja. And he was here on this campus. And he said to me, I know you have a discipline and so on. I am sitting with you. But he was here in the ashram. I was in the old ashram. So I said, okay, I will test him. So he was sitting here, I was sitting there. So I started a little bit talking. So after 3 days he comes to the initiation, to the old ashram, and come on, sit down. He said to me, I am very upset. You talk in these 3 days. So he knows everything. So, and I don't said him that ever was a test for him. Because so my mind field was very tranquil and so on, no problem. But you see, he never spoke about that he has this power. But he knows everything. But he never spoke about that. Huh? So Swami Yama said to him, don't show off your power. Then trouble starts. So he never does it. He never do it. Said, I am a disciple, blah, 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 blah. And he was a very great master too. So it was my test.
You are not stable in your position. And then you have too much tension and your breath is stopping. And that's very dangerous, so you get heart attack. So energy is not flowing, and then energy is lost when you stop your breath. Think about prana, apana, inhalation, exhalation. If you stop, heart attack. Only advanced yogis like Swami can stop the breath. If we stop the breath, we are dead. That is a big pause between inhalation and exhalation. That's death. You make a short death. And a very short death means a big death. If you always stop your breath, you get heart disease. That's very dangerous. So let your energy flow. The breath is flowing. Not tension, not stopping your breath. And concentrate on your center. That's the center. So that you get stability. You have no stability. Huh? Ask him. So, if you sit stable, you have to bring your stability on your nervous center. That's very important. So you can sit and a little bit pushing and control your center. Let's relax. Slowly. Sit down and one person is a little bit pushing, and you concentrate on the nervous center and control your stability. Okay?
Some people have not this, maybe samskaras, they do not want to touch with other people and so on. They don't like it. So for these people it's not the way to practice with others together. It's better for them to stay alone or make their own practice and so on. So it depends from their own personality. So when I started first, I like it to work together with people. So then slowly I started on my own self. And so I make some years asanas and have a nice experience with it. But I found out for myself that it's nice to work together with people. That's another experience. Because if you only stay for you alone, you have not the real confrontation with your mind field. And some things are hidden in your mind field. These are stored. And if you get in a relationship, that comes up. If you have not relationship, that will not come up, but they're still there, and they are working in your mind field. There's still maybe a hindrance. So it is. So Swami Rama always gives stories about when he comes in contact with other, and he goes to a Swami, and the Swami hit him, and his emotions come up, and the Swami said, "Hey, you come to me to control your emotion, but you are angry. What has happened with you?" So always test. So I feel, from my own experience, when I'm practicing in every European country, to come in contact with so different people, some emotion comes up. In Switzerland, and in Italy, and in France, and so different people, and they make some pain in my bones and so on, and I really aggressive against on it. Different experience. And slowly, you work on that. And you can say so much when he only want to break your wrist, he said, "Okay, stop it, please," and not give him a kick. So slowly you control your emotion, and you can really have a conversation. Said, "Hey, come down," and so. I remember a very young man from Swiss, and he was in Italy and Florence on a seminar, and he was very strong man, young, and he was really fighting. And nobody wanted to fight with him, because he always was pain. And the Italy people are very afraid of him. And then my Japanese teacher saw that, and then he said, "Come on front," and he worked with him. Boom, boom. So after 3 days, this man was transformed. He was very nice, and it takes 3 days. Dong, dong, dong. Without a word, only practice. So that was a nice experience. The confrontation is necessary. Swami Vida wrote a nice book about spirituality and daily life and so on. And he said, my master Swami Rama, he give in the darkest corner of my mind, he gives some light, so I come in contact with that. So we have a lot of dark corners in our mind field, and we did not aware of that. But through the confrontation it comes up. That, there's some I have to overcome. That's a very important. And then we have the mental purification about mantras. They go very deep in your mind field. But the confrontation is very important.
I believe it. Some get strained, but then the others get too much. Hold him.
It depends from your concentration, not from your weight. Concentration is important, not your weight.
I have a nice experience with a Sufi master. She was from England, Mrs. Tweedy, and she was born in Russian, lives in England, and then she was 55. She goes to India to Kanpur to a Sufi master, and this master he really break her ego. It was very painful for her. She was always sitting, and he said, "Why do you are crying and so on? I do all the work. You are only sitting here behind or in front of me. You do nothing. I will do for you. And you are crying and all that." And she was crying years because he damaged the ego. It's very painful. But the whole personality was changed. When he left his body, the master, she was transformed. And I had a very nice experience with her. So, but a very painful process. And that's one method. Only sit by the master, nothing more. And then he transformed the whole mind field. But sometimes you are thinking, run away. So, because it's not so easy. No? So Swami Rama has his own method. No? So, and I have some experience when he give Swami Vita slaps and so on. No? It was not nice, but really necessary. It was to transform the mind field. And then it is not an easy process. And the confrontation, that is the master, is you are washing your mind field. He is washing your mind field. And without that, you cannot go further. You blocked yourself with all this stuff in your mind.
Attack food, so normally, or hello sweetheart, hello. Here. Normally hier das Hebel.
Forearm.
Huh? Ah, ja. Okay.
The first step is work together with people and watch your mind, what happens in this when you work and what comes up in your mind field, how to handle that. That's a very nice process. That's my experience.
Very slow.
So Aiki means come together, work together, make some experience, and make a contemplation about that. Manana. In the Vedantic tradition, the method is Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, Satchatkara. Study, Shravana, then Manana, contemplation, Nididhyasana, meditation, and Satchatkara, realization. So that's a step. And that's what you can train in the study the method, practice, have some experience, contemplation about that, and then meditation. It's a very important method.
You have to hold the contact. If you have no contact, nothing happens. No? So if he grab my wrist and he lose the contact, give up contact, bomb, that's artillery. But if you have contact, you have control. Don't forget it. You have control if you have contact over your movement and his movement. So, contact. One hand down, one up. They're very easy. Huh? So, and hold the contact. Okay? Again. Very relax your shoulder, watch your breath. You have not learned to grab. What you are doing is something, but not really to grab. So, small finger first. No? Small finger, very important. Because the energy is flow this side. So, small finger and small finger. Yeah? Right? That's the attack. So small finger, always this side or this side down. Then you have a contact. But don't stiff. Relax the muscle, and then you can follow the movement. Okay.
They give 4 steps: Artha, Dharma, Moksha, and Karma. That's his desires for wealth, and for family, and the highest of that wishes is the Moksha, for liberation. It depends from your impression. Do you want to make big money or big family or whatever? So most people are dealing with wealth, and they want to earn money, or they want a family, they want children, and this and that. But the highest is moksha. Because all that you earn, maybe family and wealth and so, when you died, it is gone. And you have give all your power for this transition things, and it's finished. You cannot take 1 cent in another life. You start again with all these problems. But moksha is the highest desire. So, in the tradition, it means bring all your awareness to this highest desire, moksha. If you start to deal, I will moksha, but auch a lot of money, it doesn't work. Best, you have to bring your power to one desire. If you have many desires, the power go lost. In this direction, that direction, that direction. So, that is nice in the Indian tradition, that you have 4 steps in life. Brahmacharya, 20 years, 25 years. Brahmacharya, you learn about the life and so on, and your education and so on. And the next is grahastha, you make a family, whatever if you want, if you have desires about that. Up to 50 years, then come vanaprastha, so 25 years up from 50 to 75. Vanaprastha means slowly go back from all these desires, worldly desires. And then comes sannyasa. You see a lot of sadhus are running here, the last 25 years. So that is important to improve your life. If you longer live a very concentrated life, so you can work out your karma. If you have a short life, you have no chance. So that is important to have a healthy body, a strong mind, that you have a long life, with full of power, you can work out your karma. So all the spiritual traditions work of this point. Every culture to achieve moksha. Moksha means liberation, so. Other thing is suffering. You have to decide, moksha or suffering. So, very easy to decide. The most decided, unfortunately, for suffering. So, no? So, and very few for moksha. I did not know why, but it happens.